week in Louisiana politics.
Hello, I'm Fred Childers. I hope you're having a great weekend, and thank you for joining us for This Week in Louisiana Politics on your local election headquarters. Well, this week, lawmakers held a rare veto override session, mostly driven by the national push to undo the veto on the ban for gender-affirming care for minors. Capitol reporter Shannon Hecht brings us the details of the session.
The Louisiana legislature joins the rest of the surrounding states with passing a ban on gender-affirming care for minors, which takes aim at transgender kids.
House Bill 648 will ensure that Louisiana's children receive help, not harm.
The bill bans doctors from prescribing puberty blockers or hormone replacements for kids dealing with gender dysphoria. Lawmakers against the bill pointed to the high suicide rates among transgender children, saying this bill would cause those numbers to be worse.
This is an issue I know that's going to be prevalent in re-election campaigns, and it's one that I'm willing to lose over.
Others pointed to courts around the country already finding the law to be unconstitutional.
It is my sincere belief that this bill is unconstitutional. I believe the courts will declare that in due course.
The bill received support from a few Democrats on both the House and Senate side to help push it over the two-thirds majority needed to undo the veto. The state's version of the Don't Say Gay bill and a bill banning the use of preferred pronouns in schools failed to get enough votes.
Now that the veto has been overturned, families of transgender and non-binary children are scrambling to find how they'll get the care they need. Shannon is back with their stories.
He's doing great, and it's not fair to him to face the possibility that he'll be destabilized by withdrawing his medication. It's not fair for any of the kids.
At a young age, Kathleen Hyde's son came out to her as transgender. For the last few years, he has been in therapy and on puberty blockers.
The approach that we've had with our current treatment team is a very conservative approach. They are absolutely not rushing kids into any interventions. They're really taking their time.
Being just weeks away from turning 13, he will not be allowed this care when the law goes into effect next year. Hyde says they are looking at other states where he can go every few months to get a prescription. For now, they don't want to leave their home state.
My son is a 9th generation Louisianan, and I don't want to leave Louisiana. Our decision is going to be based on what comes in the next year or two as far as potential legislation that may be introduced.
But for some families, they don't want to stick around.
How can we stay here?
Destiny Mink says that her child has had a hard time finding support in their school and community.
We're being called groomers for simply, protecting our child, accepting our child, supporting our child.
While they don't receive medication, the rise in anti-LGBTQ legislation has Mink and her family looking at other states to move to.
We did think about staying just to advocate, but I feel like just doors are just getting slammed in our faces left and right.
Dr. Clifton Mixon with Forum for Equality provides counseling for transgender kids. He says he is scared of what will happen to the kids who have to come off these treatments or will have to wait longer to get them.
And what we're going to see is kids are going to decline pretty quickly as their body starts to change around them in a way that is not consistent with who they are.
During the veto override session, lawmakers claimed that the legislation is unconstitutional and could end up in the courts as it has in many other states, while others maintain their belief that families should not have this care as an option for their kids. For your local election headquarters, I'm Shannon Hecht.
Louisiana State University has banned a grad student from teaching after he reportedly left an explicit voicemail for a state senator following the veto override session. State Senator Mike Fessy, a Republican from Houma, shared the voicemail with a sheriff. Now, the student, Marcus Venable, is a grad student who was teaching some classes in the sociology department. His special research interests are listed as criminology, sexual assault, sex offender recidivism, and sex offender registries. He will be able to continue studying but not teach. In an opinion issued Wednesday by Attorney General Jeff Landry, he concluded that the Louisiana Board of Pardons and Parole shouldn't waive the one-year eligibility period for inmates' clemency requests. East Baton Rouge Parish District Attorney Hiller Moore recently raised concerns about processes after several area convicted inmates filed applications asking for clemency from Governor John Bel Edwards. In the letter, he said applications are being rushed ahead of Edwards' term ending in January, and he requested information about application procedures. Well, the American Civil Liberties Union wants the state to close the juvenile detention